We're talking about all of the fabulous fashion on the Primetime Emmys red carpet, everything and more on BHL's Fashion 411.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411.
Let's do a little bit. The fashion is first. Woo! Welcome, 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 everybody. Hello, everybody out there. Thank you for joining us here at Black Hollywood Live's Fashion 411. We're covering the Primetime Emmys red carpet because there was a lot to talk about, or maybe not a lot to talk about. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But I want to introduce you guys to myself. I'm your host, Courtney Stewart, and I have a beautiful panel of beautiful, fashionable, fabulous ladies to give their critique of this lovely red carpet that we just had last night. Over on the end over there, we got Miss Deanna Vaughn in the building.
Hello, good to see everybody.
Welcome, welcome. And beside me, Miss Donya Duchess has joined us. And in the center, we have our special guest who we're going to learn a little bit more about because she can tell y'all how to put some clothes on when it's cold outside, when it's hot outside, and all kinds of things around that. Her name is Miss Nina Vir in the building. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So we're going to start out and give just, how do y'all feel about the red carpet last night at the Primetime Emmy?
I feel like there were some standouts for sure.
Okay.
I think the color of the night was definitely that like bright yellow citrus, and I loved it. It was fabulous. But there was some good stuff. Good stuff. I think there was more good than bad. I think I'd like to say that.
I think so too. I feel the same way, which is interesting because most of the time we come here and we're like,
failed. Yeah.
Right. But it was like, I think it's going to be good stuff.
Yeah, I think
How about
so too.
you, Nina?
Yeah, it was overall pretty good.
Pretty
There's
good?
not too many things that I absolutely hated.
Okay.
So that's
Fair
a good
enough.
thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, then this will be an interesting conversation because if I'm keeping it all the way real, I was pretty freaking bored. But there was some nice, like, there was nothing terrible. Like, I wasn't like, oh my God, what's going on? But I wasn't like super overwhelmed, like want to go run down the street naked and find the outfit kind of situation.
Well, no, and I agree with you. There wasn't anything that was like, oh my God. But at the same time, I didn't feel like there was a lot that was just so tragic either.
That's exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's very true.
That's what I mean.
All right. Well, we're going to jump right into it right away. And speaking of that bright yellow, citrusy fabulousness, that color was rocking on Miss Taraji P Henson, you guys. And she was wearing this custom yellow, sexy silk crepe Vera Wang dress that had double thigh-high slits, and she was rocking a whole lot of Lorraine Schwartz jewelry, guys, and she had on yellow gold Jimmy Choo sandals. How do we feel?
Who wants to go first?
Our guest.
Yes.
Let her go first.
I really like this look. I think she looked amazing, and I also like her a lot. So I think it was good. But I don't like the whole wet hair trend. I mean, I think it looks fine, but if you look closely and it just like too like wet.
Yeah, like they did too much.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
I agree. I didn't like her that was on her head for the red carpet because you know everybody names their wigs sometimes.
Her.
You know what I'm saying?
That was her.
So maybe we'll call her Sheila. Yeah, I didn't. It was hard for me to get past here. And normally I love Taraji. I love you know what she brings to the red carpet. What I will say is, and I'm not sure if we have it here, I liked her second look when she
did
presented.
a second look. We don't have that picture.
The second look, just the hair was fabulous.
She had bangs and a short bob.
Yeah. The dress, it was like tones of amber, and like I liked her second look much better than I liked this. And I'm gonna quickly say too, since so many women were rocking this color, of course you had to compare this to everyone else that was wearing it, and there was one other person that just shut it down.
Okay.
So I'm just like, I'm underwhelmed by this.
Underwhelmed.
Yes.
As Donya goes,
It's pretty basic. Yeah. I mean, it goes without saying. It's a basic dress, but she looks great on her. I like the color. I don't mind her wet hair. Because for me, I feel like she's pulling it off in a way that I couldn't. That's how I look at it.
So that's what you're
So
good
I have
with.
to give her credit for that. But I do like the dress. It's
Okay.
I literally just fell asleep while you were talking about it because that's how like what?
It's boring.
because it's simple.
It
It's
literally
just
looks like a sundress that like I would buy at the mall.
Right.
Like, but
if
it's
she was-
Vera Wang and I'm supposed to be excited and I'm not.
if
and
she's
I-
going for simple, she nailed it.
yeah, I mean,
Or it's like the cover up you put on after the shower.
oh dang, wow.
Don't get cookie lying after you.
I know,
how
but
you really
I mean,
feel.
she doesn't look bad, but again, just to your point, your board is underwhelming.
Underwhelming. But in comparison, we had another similar color situation from Miss Angela Bassett, who was wearing this draped, sophisticated, custom yellow Christian Siriano gown, which was very similar to a dress he did for his Lane Bryant collection that Danielle Brooks actually modeled earlier this year, that everybody was like jumping up and down for. This was a little bit more fitted and tailored than the one that Danielle Brooks was modeling, but it was sort of in that vein. So what do you guys think?
I love
it.
For me, Angela Bassett can do no wrong. I'm sorry. Like, I love her and I love this dress and it fits her age, even though she doesn't look her age. Like, everything about it. She has the perfect amount of boobage, if that's a word, boobs and cleavage put together. Don't bleep me. But she has the perfect amount showing. Her, like, I everything about it, I'm just like, oh, Grace, like, just walk the carpet.
Yeah, I thought it was gorgeous. The fit is great. I just love everything about it. Her hair, it was perfect. And she had on a very beautiful bracelet. I know we can't really see it, but just all the little details were in place. I think she shut it down.
What do you think, Nina?
I mean, she's 58.
Yeah,
right.
Like, that's incredible.
That's 58. That's basically 60.
Yeah.
You're basically 60, and you look like that.
You can't be mad at that. I mean,
She looks better than the 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Agreed. And obviously, I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
'Cause and congratulations to her husband, Courtney B. Vance, who won for his portrayal of Johnny Cochran for The People vs. O.J. Simpson. And he gave her a beautiful shout out on stage, which was really
Well,
lovely.
did you see the progression of that same shout out, the chain? You know, it's like a lot of men were saying it, and it was a reference from a Jay-Z song.
Yes.
But yeah, and it just kind of carried on if you paid attention.
For those of you
which was
who
really
don't
cool.
realize it, he said, the girl who's wearing my chain. And, you know, it was so
cute.
sweet.
I
And
like
I fell in love, and it's great.
Yeah.
All right. So then we had another little outfit from a cute little pregnant lady by the name of Kerry Washington. She was wearing this custom black Brandon Maxwell cutout bustier gown, and it perfectly flaunted her belly, and she put on She-Ra, okay? Because the wig was big, and it was Diana Ross's cousin, and it was fabulous, and I've already given my opinion, at least on the wig, so what did you guys think? Come on, Nina, what you got?
I mean, I know this is a very popular look, but it honestly just makes me a bit uncomfortable looking at it.
Oh,
Like, I think she's too pregnant, and it's such a fitted dress with a cape in the back, and it looks amazing on her, but she's just really, really pregnant, and I'd be more comfortable looking at her in something more free-flowing. That said, she looks great. Like, the hair, the makeup is super natural, super Mother Nature, and I do love that, but I
feel the opposite. Like, I feel like she is so pregnant, you know, what's the point in hiding it? So I feel like she wore it really well. And the cutouts was a nice little, and then even I think there was some shoulder detail. But
she had like lapels over the bust.
It was. Yeah. I thought it was tasteful. I didn't think it was, you know, over the top. There was another woman who was pregnant in the audience, and it looked like she was wearing like some curtains. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I saw her stand up. I'm like, oh my god, what's that poor woman wearing? So so like I feel like she could have went either route, but I like that she, you know, hey, I'm pregnant. You know, it is what it is, and it was hot. I don't know.
She looked out with the heat, for
I think
sure.
it fit her like a glove.
Yeah.
I think she looked amazing. I think the worst thing that some people can do when they're pregnant is try to cover it up, because then they end up looking like a tent, because the clothing just falls right over the belly. But she's tiny. All she has is the belly, and it's nice that she can accentuate that. And then the tiny little sliver of skin I thought was a nice touch, because it gives her the sexy feel of still being a woman, but a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
You know, I think she looks great.
And she probably didn't have sweaty boobs. Sorry.
That's helpful.
It was 90 degrees outside.
Yes, and it was like 105 yesterday.
Right,
in a lot of places,
the black was
so-
also a good touch, by the way.
I
Because if it was
appreciated
in
that.
color, I would have been like,
Yeah, it would have been too much.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get past the wig because the wig gave me all the life I needed.
It was
so
fabulous.
whatever was below that, I'm sure it was okay. But you know, anyway,
Fabulous.
All right, we're gonna move on to Miss Priyanka Chopra, who rocked this red one-shouldered Jason Wu gown, which was interesting. What did you guys think?
You get to go first, Miss Courtney. You go first. We want to hear it. Let's go.
To me, okay, so this Priyanka is like the most beautiful woman in the world or something. Like at some point,
Yeah,
like
she's
she's gorgeous. And okay, the one picture I did see, she was twirling the gown, and it made me very happy because it's like flowing skirts and it's fabulous, and I'm like, great. But then when I like see it, I'm just kind of like, that looks like 2004 maybe, and it's like one shoulder, and then they tried to do like a cutout, and then there's a wide strap and a skinny strap, and I already take issue with single straps to begin with because I think sometimes it's weird, and I get that it's supposed to be like Grecian. I just feel like it was overdone on the bust line because I don't like the double strap situation because it just, to me, like if you look at it really closely and how it cups her boobs and the way, it was something odd about it that I just couldn't get with at all. And then the grandma hair, even though it was a ponytail, it was slicked really heavy onto her face, and I'm just it wasn't working for me. But it was a pretty color.
I'm kind of with you, kind of like Taraji's dressed. I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's pretty, and she's pretty, and it's a great color, but I feel like I've seen it before. Yeah. Like maybe on Jennifer Aniston or somebody like at another awards ceremony. I just feel like I've seen it before. I'm not taking away. It's pretty. It's a nice dress, but I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I love the color. I think it's hard for people to pull off that color on a red carpet and still stand out without blending into it.
Red on the red carpet?
Red on the red carpet. So I love the color on her. I love her. She's stunning. The only thing that I could not get away from staring at this dress was the under boob on the left side.
Okay.
It looks like it got tucked in by accident because the other side's not like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Like, so one side of the boob is just like fabric, but the other side is really tight.
It was
and
weird.
Like cupping it. So it almost looks like she has one boob.
Yeah.
Maybe
on that
it was
side.
like
And
a
I think
foundation garment.
I think it was just really
had seams on the
No,
bottom.
yeah,
of
it's
that
definitely,
dress.
It was purposely
In
done
weird
that way.
places.
And I just think that's what took away from the dress. If it didn't have that, I would have liked it more.
We've been all over it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I think she looks like she's having a lot of fun and she's so confident, but, and like the twirling photos are super nice. She twirled on stage too, but when you look closely, there's definitely some odd details.
Yeah.
Odd details
To
on
say
that
the
dress. Sorry, Priyanka, but you're still cute, and your show got picked up, even though I didn't think it was that great. But Quantico's coming back, guys.
I like it.
Moving on, because we're not talking about that anyway. Let's get some more fashion. We had Niecy Nash, who showed up in this Jessica Rabbit-esque white strapless Christian Siriano gown. Oh.
I'm not going to do this
I see
first.
some quiet faces and some pursed lips. What you got, Nina?
I wasn't a big fan of this. It's just
She's being very sweet, girl. Just put it out. Just let it out.
I
Just
think
let
it's
it
just
out.
Pretend
like
like your mom's not in the room.
that's fine. No, it's just like too revealing. It's a bit. It's not very flattering. It's a bit vulgar, I'd say.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not really. It's not flattering for her, I'd say. But
It's unflattering. What do you guys think?
Crickets is not a good sign.
No.
We're all
Crickets
sitting
is
here
not a
like,
good Okay, this I'm gonna give her some credit. Okay, because usually I see Niecy Nash and she's got on like bright pink or like something crazy, like, and it's never a horrible dress, but it's never a great dress either. So I will say that I appreciate the white because it sort of made it simple and somewhat elegant. I obviously she's got massive amounts of the ladies, the tatas, and it's, a challenge to like make that sort of work. I think Christian did, because he's done that with Christina Hendricks before, like it's the neckline and I feel like it fit okay. It wasn't perfect. I think he needed to do some more work around the like top of the bust line, and I don't know if it was purposely like sitting away, like that was a thing, or if it just was not quite fitted correctly. But it gave her some shape, so it's not just boob.
And she's dying to show off
And
the
she's
shape
very
because
happy.
She just lost a lot of weight.
She lost some weight,
Yeah.
and so it's not the worst thing I've seen her in.
This is true.
It was a little
Still
bit
not
of a
compliment.
graduation for me. I'm trying to give positives.
I think confidence is a big thing when it comes to this
Yeah.
one because it's like, one, it's hard enough to wear white. in general
in life
and be
she's on a
confident
red
in
carpet.
white, and she's on a red carpet in white. So kudos to you. The cut at the top of the breast, when I first saw it, I actually thought he did a good job for somebody that has such big breasts, if I can say that.
Well, it's almost like a wedding gown. And then there must be some
right.
corsets
But I feel like he did a
built
really
in.
good job of building around that, because that can be hard. Like when you're trying to wear a gown and you're very heavy at the top, you know, that's hard. But I think he did a good job at that. I thought it was covered fairly well for what it is. And it did give her a bit of a shape on the waist. But
in which I don't know if you guys noticed when
you
she
guys kinda
turned
lost me
around, the back of her dress, you could, the way that it fit, you could, do you know what I'm talking about? You could see the inside. I don't know how to explain it.
it rolled
but
out?
Kind of.
Yeah,
And it wasn't supposed to. But yeah.
Maybe they just missed that last fitting. Like they needed one more to like get it just right.
I think it was a little too ambitious because of her size to wear that silhouette.
But again, that's what happens. It's a confidence thing. When you lose weight, you can lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds. You're like, oh my God, I can wear anything I want, because that is totally me. Like, if I was her, I'd probably try to wear that too. And I don't know.
But not all of us are on
great.
red carpets.
You're right.
So,
Yeah.
And a nominee, by the way. She was a nominee. So, oh well. Well, you tried. It's okay. We're
A for
having fun.
effort.
Also in the white trend was Miss Tracee Ellis Ross, and she was wearing Ralph Lauren, and it was a one-shoulder waist cutout white gown.
Okay, here's the thing. I absolutely love Tracee Ellis. I follow her on Instagram. I think her style is probably like a number one. Like just her personal style. She used to be a stylist. Like I don't. Have you guys ever been on her Instagram?
I'm on her Instagram.
It's fabulous. Like the thing, and then coming off of what does she host? The BET Awards or something, and like all the outfit changes. So again, I was so underwhelmed. I was expecting something phenomenal.
Yes.
This is the first time she's been nominated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was also expecting her mother to be there.
Yes.
But so like when I saw this, I was really let down. I'm like, Tracee, you let us down. What is this? You know, maybe she wanted to play it safe because this was her first time, but I
like it.
You do?
I do.
I like it too. I think she looks radiant.
Thank you. I like it because she's always wearing those big colors, over the top, exaggerate, like amazing and all these things. And to see her step out and just be like, for me, seeing her like this was like her feel, like seeing her raw and just bare and like, this is me, simple, clean, like this is it. I'm ready to win. You know what I mean? Like that's how I took it. And I thought she looked pretty. I thought she had the perfect amount of skin showing. The nice little slit at the top, the arm. I thought she looked great.
I just wanted a little.
Your mama is Diana Ross, okay? You have given us more fashion, like, and she is about fashion. Like, yes, like the regular just actress that like wants to play it safe, you're nominated. Like, yeah, it's a beautiful dress and it would have been great. But Tracee Ellis Ross is like fashion.
But don't you think that sometimes that's what shocks people when they're so used to seeing you like step it out, step it out, step it out, and then you're like, I'm gonna pull it back for a second. Simple. That's what shocks people.
I pulls it back.
No, I wasn't shocked. I was snoozing. Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I would have been more shocked that you come up with something, even if it was a miss. Like, if it was interesting and something to talk about, like, that's what you do, or at least that's what you've sold us as to who you are. And I don't.
And before she was an actress, she was a stylist for a long time. She was a stylist. So I'm not saying that the dress is ugly.
Not at all. It's a beautiful dress.
It's a beautiful dress. Yeah. I was just very shocked and I was let down because of what I expect from her.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for the moment on the red carpet, and I thought she was gonna be the moment.
Right.
Like I thought she's nominated.
I was excited.
It's gonna be great. Like whatever, she's gonna come up with something, and it's gonna be something that we'll remember for years. I'm not gonna remember that dress.
Yep.
Ever. Like ever.
Just slightly underwhelming.
Yes.
I could see it.
Sorry, Tracee.
Sorry, Tanya.
It's okay, Tanya. Tanya will wear it, girl.
I
We're gonna
will.
move on.
Send it to me.
All right, so we had some youth on the red carpet doing some interesting things. We have Yara Shahidi, who plays Tracee Ellis Ross's daughter on Blackish, and she was wearing this white chiffon dress from a designer by the name of Clara Rotescu, and it had gold and white spots all over it, and it was a cap sleeve gown, sort of made like a shirt, so it buttoned down to the waist, to her natural waistline, and she had a voluminous skirt with that wide white hem, and she was wearing these red strappy Aid Samuel heels, which you can't really see unless in some of the pictures she was spinning, and you could see the little red shoes, so she had her pop of color in her shoes.
As a young fashion
As a young fashionista,
I'd
Nina.
love to know what you think,
What did
since
you
she's
think?
a younger actress.
Well, I think she's 16. She's so
Yes,
fresh
she's
that she
16.
could pull off anything and also experiment quite a bit, which explains like the sleeves and everything. And I think it's very cute, you know?
Yeah.
So
It
it's
was
fine.
cute for you. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
The only thing I hated about this dress was the white hem at the bottom. Everything else, I wish she would have just continued the
All the way
pattern down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she looks adorable.
Oh gosh, she looks like she's ready for the choir. I don't know, but yeah, yes, I do think there's a fine line at that age. You know,
Right.
she's 16, so she shouldn't be showing tons of skin
Right.
and all that. And this is a first moment for her, so I do get that, being maybe a little bit more conservative, but. She didn't have to be so covered. It's like Little House on the Prairie. Like, she's so covered up.
Do you think it would have
the
been better if he
fabric.
made the dress shorter?
Yes, I was about to
Yeah.
say cut off the border and then have like an ankle
Have like a
thing.
Yeah.
T-length.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sort
that
of.
hem is just
I
crazy.
hate the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really heavy on her. And I'll deal with it, but then when you put the swoop hair that was like smushed against your face, like it made her
Right.
look old and not old because it's like you're wearing,
Yeah.
if she had freshened up and had fun hair and then had that on, then I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But I agree, I would love it shorter.
Yeah.
That's
And we would have been able to see her fabulous
and
red
see
shoes.
the fabulous
you
red
know?
shoes, and yeah, but you know, she's experimenting and she's trying, and I appreciate that she's not over sexualizing herself,
Right.
which is nice
Yes.
to see, because she's beautiful and whatever. But next up, my favorite kids on the
they're
red
so
carpet.
cute.
They were the favorites mainly because they were so freaking excited to be there. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught it. The kids from Stranger Things, they performed Uptown Funk on the stage in the pre-ceremony. It was really adorable. But the three of them walked the carpet together. It was Millie Brown, who's 12, and she was wearing a red Valentino gown with bird design appliques and little pointy toe shoes and her personalized little box clutch. And then Gaten Matarazzo, he's 14. He was wearing his little tux, and he had black and white plaid accents because he had a plaid vest and a little bow tie. And then Caleb McLaughlin in the middle there, who just is trying to shine it out, got his hands out and everything. He wore a printed blazer with a bejeweled bow tie for his look. What do you guys think of the Stranger Things kids?
Well, they're also cute. I mean, you know, you can't get that wrong.
Cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
And they're excited to be there.
Yes.
Which is
Their
the best
joy
part.
just like walked all the way down the carpet.
Exactly.
They were so pleasant.
Especially handing out those peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
I
That was
know.
Yeah.
So adorable.
I love that he wore a printed jacket.
Yes.
yeah.
Nice.
super age appropriate.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that like they tried to do something, because they
Yeah.
could have just showed up in their
Black tux.
naked black tux and just done it, but they did a little jazzing up. So good job, guys. You
Very
get
cute.
2 thumbs up from all of us. I think they're probably the only ones that we all get.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Are we being
Everybody
biased
else.
because they're kids?
Are we? Well, I thought about it for a minute, because at first I didn't absolutely love the dress with those shoes for the girl, because I thought it made her look old a little bit. But the more I
see.
looked at pictures of the dress, like I really
Yeah.
liked the dress.
Yeah.
I still would have put different shoes with it myself.
Yeah.
But I think it was cute. I think she did a good job. She
Yeah.
did a good job. Yeah, love it. All right, well, that's our red carpet for you guys. But before we move into our Style Scoop news, I have to tell you guys about a film that is coming out this weekend. It's called The Dressmaker, and it stars Miss Kate Winslet and Liam Hemsworth. And it's basically, you know, the story of this woman who left her hometown in Australia, went off and became a famous couturier, and she decides to come home to figure out, like, some drama happened in her past, and she wants to, like, figure out exactly what it was because she doesn't quite have her memory. And in the process of this, she makes some fabulous, amazing, custom-made clothes for her entire small town, and all kinds of shenanigans happen. It's a quirky, dark comedy, but it's adorable. Check it out in theaters this weekend. It is called The Dressmaker. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and if you love clothes, you will love the costume styling in this movie. It was fantastic.
Dressmaker.
It's The
Love
Dressmaker. But now we have some Style Scoop news from Miss Deanna Bond.
All right, guys. So let's just get your style scoop. So, all right, just in case you didn't get enough of Mr. Kanye West during New York Fashion Week, and you know him, you know, models passing out,
Yes.
and that wonderful gif of the model who broke her shoe wobbling across the runway. Just in case you didn't get enough, okay? Mr. West has officially joined Instagram.
Oh.
Yes, he never joined. And actually a press release went out in honor of the momentous occasion. So it said, late last night, Kanye West officially joined Instagram. This was last Thursday. It read, and he has amassed over 205,000 followers in less than 24 hours. Now, back in March, he tweeted that he would only join Instagram under one condition. No one can ask him what to Instagram. It's his art. All right. So this was the first picture, and you guys can follow along if you check us out online. But he just posted a picture of a car driving by a steep building, and we're just supposed to figure out the meaning behind it all. And at this point, no one knows.
It's from a movie.
Which movie? Do we know?
Total Recall.
Oh,
okay.
That's Steven the
All
Booth, guys.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right.
Thanks for the update. Well, this is Kanye West's very first Instagram post.
Okay.
So, if
Are you
want
gonna follow him? Who's gonna
He
follow him?
has 1 million followers already.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
1 million. Are you following him, Nina?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
I will.
I'm
will?
gonna follow
You
him
will?
I will,
for
yeah.
sure.
Well,
see
But
what kind of shenanigans
do
he's
you
up to.
think that Kim convinced him to join Instagram? She's
knows?
very into social media.
Oh,
would-
well, yeah. Who knows?
And like her reality
I would
show,
say
like in
for
the
sure.
beginning, he wasn't a part
He
of
didn't
it,
want to be a
and
part
now
of
he's
it.
like
and
all
now-
in it.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he was influenced by like Adidas, if one of the brands,
Right.
because we now know these days whether you're a celebrity or whether
Right.
you're just, you know, on YouTube, it's all about social media and engaging with your audience. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if that was part of a contract.
But what I'm confused about is last week he said he was getting rid of his phone so
Yes.
he could have air to create.
Yes.
So
What you doing, Kanye?
how is he accessing Instagram? An iPad?
His
Maybe
assistant.
his person, yes,
Right, right.
that has the
Yeah.
Instagram, and that's just, and he just, you know, instructs, take that picture.
He's like,
I
yeah,
want
use
that.
this one.
Right.
Yeah.
No caption.
No caption.
He
There
doesn't
you
have
go.
a phone, he has an assistant.
With a
With
phone.
a phone.
Exactly. I would do that too.
Oh, that's funny.
I would love for an assistant to deal with my Instagram, so hey, I can't complain.
And so next up, so Adidas is kind of cheating on Kanye, if you could look at it that
Yes.
way. So Adidas is actually partnering with Alexander Wang. And basically the campaign, they've got this this whole like short form video on YouTube, and it stars Rocco Ritchie, Madonna, and Guy Ritchie's 16-year-old son. And the collaboration includes 84 pieces of unisex clothing and shoes. And actually, for the collection, the Adidas logo is turned upside down.
Yes.
So that's kind of, I don't know, interesting and special. It's actually, they had a couple pop-ups in New York right during Fashion Week, and unfortunately they sold out. So the rest of the world, we're going to have to wait until the spring for this to come back. But basically, it's doing a take off of no counterfeiting. So a lot of the clothes have these X's on it, you know, like with a lot of script, and then he turned the logo upside down, because a lot of times when people counterfeit, they do
logos,
weird things with the
things.
logo,
Yeah.
like Goyard or Gouillard and stuff like that. Trust me, I've seen it before. So it's an interesting play on, you know, that whole fashion culture, counterfeiting, and just
Yeah.
kind of turning around. So that is from Alexander Wang, and we'll have to wait until next
we have to
spring to
wait.
see
I
it.
like
And I'm
what he
sure there'll
said.
be some kind of rivalry between Wang's collection and Yeezy's collection for Adidas. So we shall see who wins in the end. Next up, not to stay on the Kanye West Kardashian train, but Miss Jordan Woods, aka Kylie Jenner's bestie, she is launching a new collection. It's with a British retailer called Boohoo. Boohoo, boho, boohoo. Anyway, and it's a size inclusive collection, and different fashion blog sites, they are basically saying that this is going to be flying off the shelves. And I don't know if it's because, you know, she's doing this size inclusive thing, and it's a lot of like, you know, different looks. It's activewear, it's sporty, you know, it's that whole athleisure type of feel. So I don't know if it's going to fly off because of that reason or because of the friends that she keeps. But we shall see.
I'm gonna go with the second one.
Like, can I be Kylie Jenner's fan?
Right. Well, the first collection actually just dropped about a week ago, and everything in the line, it caps out at $50. So
That's nice.
Yeah, that is interesting
good
because
price
that's
point.
It's a great price point, especially for that age range, and of course, the whole everybody's embracing size inclusiveness, which I think is good. So we will see if she can stand on her own. So
Okay, Jordan.
we shall see.
Good luck.
And then finally, I had to share this with you guys. So there's a new product out. And does anybody wear fake eyelashes?
Of course.
Fake eyelashes? Okay, well, I don't know if you're like me. I have the hardest time, like, glue on, and then you have to stick it there,
right
and then
there.
it has to be in the right spot. Well, Flirt Cosmetics has this new tool. Let me get it right. Well, it's not tweezers, clampers. It's a lash applicator, and it's basically like whiteout tape, and it has 4 strips at a time. So you put the strips on your lash like whiteout tape, like zzz, zzz,
Oh.
and it's killer. All right, I actually went to go buy it. It's on back order. It's $28. It's fun. Like, everybody's been talking about this for months, and they just launched it September 15th, I want to say. And you just kind of have to get in line. But it's this like innovative tool that, just kind of like a little whiteout, like the thing.
That's so smart.
Isn't it smart?
We're all like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
didn't I
and Miss
think of
Amber
that?
Rose is actually kind of behind it, but I can't wait to get mine.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna have
if
to
you've
go get
ever
that.
experimented with the fake eyelashes and
Because I glue mine to my own eyelashes sometimes. It's like
Yeah, but they look
sideways,
so
and you're like,
good.
I can't do it. Like, occasionally I get it right. Like,
well, with
but usually
this
one is
little
off and one-
tool, the glue is in it. Everything
Yes,
is there,
it's
so you
all
just
there.
zip, zip, and
and
you're
it's
done.
there.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe next time
That's
we come back, we'll have
fantastic.
one and we can kind of show you guys how,
Because we'll
how
be
it all
back
works.
a little more. Because
So Flirt Cosmetics, send us some samples. Send
Please
us something.
do, Flirt.
You know what I mean?
I will
Lashes
use it
for
Yes.
everybody.
Lashes for everybody.
We love lashes because I don't really have any of my own, so I always need them.
Yes. So those are some things I thought y'all needed to know.
Well, fantastic.
And now we need to
appreciate
know
that.
you.
Now we need to know Nina. All right. So, Miss Nina, tell us a little bit about, well, first, you guys, she has this amazing website called dailydressme.com. You're a babe. Like, how old are you
cute.
now? Like, how
I'm
did you
22.
come? She's 22, fresh college face, perfection. How did you come up with this idea for this website?
Sure. So what Daily Dress Me is it's a website. It tells you what to wear based on the weather. And I thought of it. I actually built it when I was in high school.
Oh my
I
God.
know.
And it was because every day since I was like could dress myself, I would check the weather and then I'd decide what to wear. And so I thought the weatherman should just tell us what to wear, right? I mean, why is there this 2-step process? And so I built Daily Dress Me to streamline your morning routine.
And your
That.
website is so adorable.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's like, is it based off of any particular city? Like the model for it? Like, is it based off of West Coast or just
So
in general?
I'd say the style definitely has my touch on it. So there is kind of a West Coast style because I'm from here. But it works anywhere in the world and people all over the world use it.
Yes.
So-
I was putting in zip codes today.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fun to experiment with like Antarctica because you see what like the cool weather people are wearing.
Yeah, and you also had on the website like the sort of splurge versus getting a deal and those kinds of
Right.
things.
I
Sort of,
love that.
How
Yeah.
do you sort of decide which things you're looking at and what you're into and what you think is important for people to see on that part of it?
So that I just keep my eye open for different trends, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, etc. And anything that catches my eyes and I think my viewers will like, I just put it on the website. And that part, it rotates. I change it up every week or so.
Do all your friends go to you for style advice?
Yeah, definitely. I have a bunch of friends who are shopping and they'll like text me a picture of what they're shopping for and have me decide like shirt A or shirt B. And I do a bunch of that for sure.
Oh, I love that.
Where did you get like your style sort of taste from? Like when did you start feeling the fashion? Like,
Honestly, as young as I can remember, because I was always just very particular about things. When I was like 3 years old, I demanded to wear all red. No, but just to go to sleep.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and so it wasn't always stylish, but it was just particular. And so I think as I grew up, I kind of shaped my taste in that sense.
who would you say like influences your taste the most?
I definitely like looking at very old photos. I love like Audrey Hepburn. I know that's a very like obvious answer, But
So a good one, honey.
No, not obvious for someone your age, though.
Not at
well,
all.
I don't know. So I love her. I love Amal Clooney.
Oh.
I love.
So you're classics. You're a classic
I
kind of a
think
person.
so, but I mean, if you look at Amal, she mixes it up so much. She's like street style one day, boho another, and then super like lawyer the next.
Yeah.
So it depends. But I also like looking at style bloggers, Instagrammers, etc. So
Okay. Where do you sort of see your fashion career / website, etc. going, and what do you want to see it grow into?
so now I'm working full time on Daily Dress Me, and
That's good for you.
Congratulations,
you.
because that's amazing.
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to grow that out.
Okay. Any little tidbits of what we could see coming from that gonna be?
Sure. So I'm looking to work with some brands, and so that'll be really exciting. And within the next year, there will be an iOS app.
Oh, good for you.
That's
That's awesome. Do you see yourself delving into like designing something, collaborating with the brand and having like
I would
a
love
line
to.
or something like
I
that?
think it makes sense too, because kind of for each season you have a few different essentials, according to the weather, of course. And so that would be super fun.
Nice.
What advice would you give to someone that's just starting out?
In what?
In fashion.
In fashion. Like.
Like trying to start an app, a fashion app.
Right. Well, I think just test out your idea. Ask your friends about it. You don't have to have a website for it to work. You can kind of just like help people in person, that sort of thing. And I think I always had a very strong idea of clothing and all of that. And so I practiced that, and all of that led to Daily Dress Me.
Yeah.
What one like trend or thing that you see millennials doing in terms of their style and fashion that you would like to see go away?
I'm like, don't say chokers.
No, I love chokers. Let's see, go away. Well, more than a specific trend, I don't like the idea of just following what everyone else is doing. I love authenticity. I like when you really think about your personal style and are thoughtful and intentional about it. So I think just cultivating that.
Okay. Is there a trend maybe from the past that you would like to see come back and be
Well, I'm
fabulous
seeing
again?
a lot of velvet, and I feel like that's kind of a very like vintage thing, and so I'm excited for that, especially for fall.
I love it.
Are there any designers that you kind of inspire you?
I honestly like a bit of everything. Yeah, so just I'm not very designer specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get with that.
Well, all right. Now tell us again, where can everybody find your website and you?
Sure. So it's dailydressme.com, and at Daily Dress Me everywhere on the internet. And my name is Nina Vir, NINAVIR.
Got it.
And it's the cutest website.
Check it out. It is
No.
so
Thank
crisp
you.
and clean and clear.
Yeah,
Like
really
it gives
cute.
you like it. I loved it. It was very
Thank
functional.
you.
Fantastic job on it.
Did you come up with the layout on your own?
Yeah, so I designed it, and actually my brother helped me code it.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
All
Thank you.
right.
Looks
Oh, your
amazing.
brother helps code it.
Yes.
Is he also going to code the app?
No, probably not.
Okay. Can you code?
I can do a bit, but I would need someone to help me.
All right, girls. Doing all of it. We love that. Love it, love it, love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that with us.
you.
And you
Thanks
guys
for
make sure you
having me.
check out her website, dailydressme.com. Miss Dianavon, where can they find you when they need you?
When you need me, you can find me at It's Me, Deanna V, on Instagram. I don't have time for Twitter.
Yeah, oh, you got time for that. Okay, Danya, where are you?
I am not on Twitter as well, but you can find me on Instagram at Danya Duchess, no T.
No tea. All right. All right, guys. You can find me everywhere at Stuart Starlet. Make sure you check out all of our photos and great stuff that we talked about through this episode at BHL Fashion 411 on Instagram. Make sure you follow us at BHL Online, because we're on Twitter and we're on Instagram too, and we love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back again soon because it's award season, guys, so there's going to be more to come.
Yes.
But until then, stay fabulous and stay stylish, guys.
I feel like we need to Vogue or something.
I know.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me @KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.